Over the years, we evolved with the community to offer education, workshops, training, group volunteer projects, special events, and more. In 2019, an in-depth strategic session motivated us to redefine our mission, vision, and values, to position Volunteer in BC as that conduit to a caring and healthy community in our rapidly evolving world.
So, hi there. You may be able to hear me out there. This is Sean, Manager of Community Engagement at Volunteer in BC. We've got a few people who are already into the chat. Just say a hello in the chat if you're logged in, and let me know if you can hear what I'm saying. Hello, anybody out there? Oh, Grinda says yes, we can. Oh, Grinda made me feel really good. Okay, now I'm going to say yes. Okay, so we are putting on a feed. We may have some viewers out there. Welcome to the pre-show. What's happening in this pre-show? I can't begin to tell you what we have in store. I'll show my face for a moment here while we do that. So I'm Sean Abbasi, Manager of Community Engagement. Welcome. Thanks to everybody who's watching right now. We are just about 45 minutes away from the Oscars live event. We're going to have a little bit of fun in the next 40 minutes as people walk in, and we'll see if we can do a little bit of bonus coverage for you. Here you are seeing a little bit of our brand video, which I'll turn the audio back on that. So you probably are thinking, well, I can't hear that video right now. Don't worry, that's expected. I muted that main video just so you could hear me clearly. Now we also have a couple of my staff colleagues that are waiting in the wings here, and I'll bring them in just to chat, and we'll see what we're up to. I've got 3 computers running here, and we're excited to do our first ever virtual Oscars. There's a lot of things that went into this, and we'll definitely get to talk maybe just briefly about our team on our end. But for sure, leave comments. Let us know if you're excited. Let us know what brought you here. Are you a volunteer from one of our member organizations, or are you a staff person at an organization? Are you somebody in the community who's really excited just about appreciating volunteers? Are you a friend of a nominee, or are you a nominee yourself? Maybe that's why you're here now. As we have about 40 minutes till then, we'll take it very casually. Sometimes I'll have content, sometimes we'll just wait quietly and watch a couple of things. But we're going to make sure that people are getting comfortable with this new sort of environment that we're in while we put on this amazing event, which is just 42 minutes away. So I'm going to bring in a colleague now here, and we'll just get Shaminda into the picture here in a moment, and we'll see how he's doing here. Now, Shaminda is our Manager of Learning and Resource Development, and I've asked him to join us for the session in the pre-show, just to talk a little bit about what the Oscars means to him, and he's definitely someone you'll see in our main event or presentation as well. Hey Shaminda, how are you?
Hey Sean, how are you?
Good. So we know that it's a great thing that you're here. Just tell me what you're looking forward to tonight most.
What I'm looking forward tonight the most is to the stories of the nominees and the work that they have done. whether the story was articulated, openly or not. The fact that they are being nominated says that there are individuals in our community who's contributing to make Peel a better place. And sometimes their objectives may be different. They may be there for because of career aspirations. Building their resume through volunteering. Many of them are altruistic, and sometimes even newcomers to be engaged. But whatever reason that brought them to volunteering, once they get into volunteering, they make a huge impact in the community. So to see that being celebrated, that is what I'm most looking forward to the most.
Yeah, and you sort of been walking the talk, and that's really great that we're going to be seeing you tonight as well as one of our award presenters. So for people who are just joining, we've done a lot of these things. We had to brainstorm and how is it going to shake out in terms of its the virtuality of it, as well as the that live connection and making sure we are connected. So you'll see portions that are been pre-recorded in the last couple of days, but most of this event, we're bringing to you right through the screen, and it's a great privilege to have you here. Let's take a look at our brand video in a moment, because Volunteer BC has gone through quite a change now. For those of you who may be just tuning in and don't know us, we're your local volunteer center, and we serve Mississauga, Brampton, and Caledon. And that means that we're an organization that is connecting people to volunteer opportunities, and people know that about us. But we've gone through some changes, and that's what this video that you're seeing, just the visuals of right now, indicates. So I'll when the video cycles back here, we'll turn it on and let you listen to the audio of that as well. But for our volunteer center, this is our now 12th year. We just last week had our 12th anniversary, so it was a great thing that we're connected, and we wanted to bring that to you and have our V Oscars, even if it couldn't be a live event. We typically do a gala each year. So this is a really great thing, and we'll get to see that. So now it's about to go through its little loop here. So I'm going to turn on the audio for the video.
Fuels purposeful connections between people and social purpose organizations, so that together we can respond to the most pressing social issues in our community. As the Volunteer Centre for Mississauga, Brampton, and Caledon, Volunteer BC has a two-sided approach. We strengthen organizations to engage volunteers effectively and connect people to causes that need them. We put the human desire and capacity to serve into action. Volunteer BC is the conduit for good, emphasizing the importance of caring, enabling volunteers to discover the power within themselves. We are a lifeline to opportunity and growth by offering learning programs on service and leadership, removing barriers so that everyone can volunteer, recognizing volunteer excellence, organizing strategic collaboration, and showing all of us how we can make a lasting difference. At some point in our lives, or that of our loved ones around us, we will be touched by the caring hands of a volunteer. The reality is that volunteering is at the core of being human. No one can make it through life without someone else's help. Active participation builds healthy, resilient, inclusive, and engaged communities and individuals. Volunteer BC was born in 2008 in an effort to serve community organizations who were really struggling to recruit sufficient volunteers and retain them. Over the years, we evolved with the community to offer education, workshops, training, group volunteer projects, special events, and more. In 2019, an in-depth strategic session motivated us to redefine our mission, vision, and values to position Volunteer BC as that conduit to a caring and healthy community in our rapidly evolving world. Today, all of our programs and services are built on the foundation of fostering healthy communities through collaboration, inclusion, and meaningful engagement, and that is reflected everywhere you can find Volunteer MBC. Investing in volunteerism is a win-win, because just as volunteerism is a means to contribute to society, it also nurtures community connections, strengthens social networks, skill development, and builds increased self-esteem. Volunteer MBC connects the community and unites us all through volunteerism.
Wow, okay.
Volunteer
Great to,
MBC fuels purposeful connections
so-
between.
I've left it on a loop here, but that's in a nutshell. We went through the strategic planning, and we're also on this precipice of a lot of new things. So for people who are just joining in, welcome. This Sean, Manager Community Engagement Volunteer NBC. We're just having some fun prior to the Oscars starting in about 35 minutes. I'm joined here by Shaminda Pereira, our Manager of Learning and Resource Development. Shaminda, what do you think of the rebrand video and our new logo? How does that make you feel? I can't quite hear you, Shaminda. Are you still speaking?
Sorry, I muted myself earlier. It makes me feel good, Chan, because to be honest, I have seen Volunteer NBC evolve from being that matchmaker of volunteers and a center that was also offering learning programs to reaching the grand stage of being one of the capacity builders and the community connectors in the region of Peel. And we've evolved in our services, we've evolved the target audiences that we are reaching out to, and also after you came in, Chan, the programs and services that we have sort of brought out to the community. While partnering with the social purpose organizations in Peel, seeing all of that represented in the current brand, that makes me feel good because it shares the purpose. And as an employee, for me to identify with the brand and the aspiration to follow the organization, it's a big driver.
Yeah. And I think, this is a moment for our organization, but it's a moment for a lot of our member organizations. And we have over 200 nonprofit organizations in Peel region, so offering services. So it's great that, they come together for this, normally for National Volunteer Week during April. So we're honoring, the volunteer contributions mainly from 2019. But, the outstanding contributions of those volunteers are being honored. And so it's a chance for organizations to come together. And at this time, with all that's been going on, I think it's really important that we do that. So I'm going to also, bring in our Director of Operations here in a minute. I'll keep myself prized here, and we'll invite Marina to join as well and get some of her thoughts. Now, Marina, welcome. To the Oscars pre-show, our first ever pre-show, actually. And we've had a red carpet, but now we're trying to do a green carpet. What do you think of that? Oh, hang on, Marina. I can't quite hear you. Muted?
I was muted. Welcome to the Oscars, everybody. And so this year, if you realize that the Oscars had everything in green, and for us, our brand is green, and to go with a green carpet, absolutely, I love it.
Yeah, and that's also one thing that people asked. Hey, your new logo, it looks environmental, and I think it's also a shift there in that not because we're going to necessarily focus solely on environmental issues, but we're connected to many organizations who are. And there are many thoughts about our new logo, and what people see in the logo. You can definitely see you can see the watermark. If you haven't seen our new logo, it's in the top right corner of the screen there, just as a watermark. But it's the tree represents the growth, and we represent our communities, and there's a lot to analyze about that logo. So I think we're excited about that part of the rebrand. What does the Voskers mean to you both, Shaminda and Marina? Maybe just give us a few thoughts of what you're looking forward to, and how it feels knowing that we're not meeting in person, but we're up to tonight, the change.
So, should I go first, Shaminda?
Yes, Marina, go ahead.
Oh, thank you, thank you. So it is a huge celebration. It's a celebration of the volunteers in the Peel region. So when I think about our Voskers, it's a platform to acknowledge, appreciate, and celebrate every volunteer who volunteers with the organizations in Peel. It's huge. It's huge. And I do know that every organization does celebrate their volunteers themselves. But if you think of Volunteer MBC, this is a showcase. You're showcasing your volunteers on a huge stage. And though we are virtual this year, I'm sure we're going to get the same sort of a vibe and a celebration of the community. It's the community coming together. So I'm looking forward to that.
Wonderful. And Shaminda?
Yeah, Shan, I would like to echo what Marina said. It's when in the context of region of Peel, it's a celebration of all the stories of volunteers, why they volunteered, and after they volunteered, what impact they have made. Now, while I congratulate all the nominees, as an awards celebration, there will be one winner, but that doesn't discount all the work that all the volunteers who are nominated and who may have not been nominated as well have done in our community. So, as a capacity building organization and being part of such an organization, to see that we ourselves are in some way making a contribution to the betterment of Peel, the community, that makes me happy. That gives me goosebumps.
Yeah, and I think what you said just about the nominees, absolutely. They're all winners. We use the word winner, and award recipients, and the ones who are award recipients, you'll hear a bit from them today during the main event. I wanted to though, also just pick randomly a few of the nominee remarks. So we asked all of our nominees to, if they could, send us some remarks ahead of time just about the nomination, what it meant to be nominated. And so, many of them submitted, some remarks to us. Some people wrote, some people shared with us a nominee video, and I've just picked a small sample of some of the nominee videos that I thought we should take a look at them here in the pre-show, and maybe some of these nominees are watching. And let that speak for what it means. So I'm going to put in one of our nominee videos, anthem, and wasn't able to attend, and she's not able to attend tonight. But we said, what, we're going live on YouTube, where even if you're preoccupied, there should be a recording after. You'll be able to see it. So I think it would be great to feature her video first, just so that it's something that she can watch later, and it's I think that's going to be a wonderful thing. So let me just try that. A second here, we'll move that in here.
Hi everyone. I guess I'd like to start by congratulating all of the nominees and thanking them for the volunteer work that they do. I'd also like to thank Intern Place for the nomination. They are a wonderful organization with a great team of staff, board members, fundraising committee members who are all very committed to empowering women with the right tools and resources, especially during this pandemic. I'd just like to add also that obviously these are challenging times for everybody, and while people may not be able to donate financially like they used to be able to, I do really encourage everybody to consider donating your time
So that was just a snapshot from Anthu, and I think that's so nice of remarks, and their nominees are so gracious. They've really realizing that what this means at this time. So I'm glad that you're able to share that with folks that are watching. We've got about. I know what I can't actually tell because we're live streaming to both YouTube and Facebook simultaneously. So I think
So, Mr.
we have.
Director, here's a question for you. What
Yeah.
does the Oscars mean to you?
Mm-hmm. You mean me? Yeah.
Yeah, me.
Good question, Shimon. You're reversing the rules here.
Yeah,
the Oscars,
you.
the Oscars means so much to me. I think I think I joined Volunteer BC at the time that we were first turning this into a gala. So, when I think of Volunteer BC, I think of the V Oscars. So, all of our staff and volunteers that put the event together and participate, our member organizations and the volunteers who attend. I think they know that on the one hand, volunteers are really humble and don't seek the recognition. But when that recognition is given anyway, it does very good things for that person and for the community at large, who can see that example that they set and really believe that anybody can contribute, and everyone has something of skills and talents and that heart to really contribute, and that's really what this is all about. So we're excited to be 25 minutes away from the of Oscars, and it's just a great thing. So I'm excited about this.
Yeah, and for those of you out there, if you have been part of any of our in-person Oscars events previously, and you happen to hear a voice announcing the winners and making the remarks and the stories behind those winners, that voice is our director over here, Mr. Shan Abbasi. Shan, you got to use
Yeah.
your voice at one point today.
Yeah, so I've just put this random picture of the stars into the feed here, so that now you can just listen to my voice and you can think, hey, is that the same guy who was at the gala? No, don't sound the same when you don't have the benefit of the acoustics. But that's nice of you to say. That's one thing I definitely enjoy participating in at the Oscars. So we're about 24 minutes away from going live. I'm also doing some technical checks here and so forth, make sure everybody is still connected and watching. And I think that's something that I'd like to turn my attention to. We'll keep running for a few minutes here, and then we'll make sure that we're all set to go. People are coming in and getting excited. I know that people are watching on YouTube and Facebook. I believe everybody's engaged. I'd like to say that it seems like an unprecedented time for a lot of things, but we've also went into an unprecedented direction trying to run this event this way. So it's really good. Now, I'd like to share another nominee video while I have folks connected here, and this time more on some of another volunteer. And I just picked a random sample. Some of the videos we sent that we received from our nominees, they wanted to make some remarks about just being nominated and what it meant to them. And I think it's really good. So in one of our categories is the newcomer gem. And that category is a wonderful thing because we honor people who are new to Canada, but have instantly made a contribution in a way that they can, and that in a way that can be a platform to other great things. So let's take a look in just a second here with one of the greatest great videos here from Khushbu.
Hello everyone, this is Khushbu Roy. I'm really very happy to have been nominated for my volunteer work, and I'm really thankful for two ornaments of grace and virtue who have given me this opportunity, this platform where I'm being recognized for my volunteer work and the kind of opportunity they gave me, especially during the COVID time where I needed needed and a place where I could give back to my community. And Ornaments of Grace has given me just that. So I am very thankful. Thank you very much. Hello everyone, this is Khushbu Roy. I'm really, really, really very happy to have been nominated for.
Yeah, so there's that experience of the newcomers, and I think that's something that you each can relate to. At one point, you each came to Canada. Maybe you'd like to speak to just what it means to have a category for newcomers, and recognizing what Khushbu just said.
Sean, were you posing that question to us?
Yes. Yeah. Go ahead.
Well, for me, Sean, and to everyone out there, when what I left behind in my country of origin is the lush greens, the beaches, and also a life, where there was a huge support system with my family and friends. But for my for the safety and security of my family and a better education and better life for my son, so we made the decision to come to Canada. Now, when we come to a new land, I generally don't like to say we are starting from scratch, but we are starting from a new platform. And I was looking for a way to sort of build build a new platform with the skills that I already had, and with who I am and what I wanted to do in life. So volunteering gave me the opportunity to get into that exploration and discovery in to because when I was seeking employment, I didn't have anyone to put in as a reference. So my first attempt in volunteering, or my first entrance to volunteering, is a selfish reason, which is to be more employable. And from that, I volunteered with a couple of organizations, including Volunteer MBC. And I think it's after volunteering with Volunteer MBC that I really saw, the purpose of why I came here, taking its roots and moving in a positive direction. And after that, then being part of Volunteer MBC, it was difficult to volunteer because every community service work that we did was for work. So I wanted to find something where it was not work, but actually, like altruistically giving back to the community in some way. That is when I started. A friend of mine called Gavin Jansen, who introduced me to the Lions Clubs of Mississauga, Cooksville. And from there, I've not only been able to volunteer and give back to the community, but also to sort of get connected with a lot of leaders who are actually making a contribution in the community from a leadership angle. So I think volunteering has helped me to establish my roots, but also to build myself as a person.
Just what you just said about building yourself as a person, I think that's a great lead into the next nominee that I wanted to just share. I'm just sharing random segments from some of the nominees who had sent us some remarks just on being nominated. And for this one, I'd like to turn it to Simran, who's a nominee that she mentioned in her message to me this week. She was like, Sean, I'm just so excited that the Volunteer BC is still putting on this event, even though it's the circumstances might have made it appear that we could have just canceled it. So we're thankful for that, and but in the category that she's nominated in, we're looking at the leaders of tomorrow. So we're looking at young folk, students who are making a difference, and we could call leader of tomorrow. But as our own youth programs officer Abira Shahid has said in a recent video, they're leading now. So it's a great thing to see. And so I'm going to just share that with you in a few seconds here. And I think it's our youth programming is something that we've been spending some time in the last few months making some changes. So let's take a look at what Simran says.
Thank you to the V Oscars team for organizing this event It brings much needed positivity to all of us during these unprecedented times. I want to thank my fellow nominees for always striving to make a positive impact on our communities. I also want to thank Community Living Mississauga for nominating me for this award and for leaving no stone unturned when it comes to providing quality care and a thriving network of support to individuals who have an intellectual disability. With this award, I hope to keep devoting my time and resources towards the advancement of my community. Thank you. Thank you to the V Oscars team for organizing this event.
Yeah, so that's Simran, and you know what an impact the youth are making, and you said it. It's a great way to build skills and everything. So I think I'd also like to share while talking about youth, one of the youth groups that was nominated, and this is a group that we nominated ourselves. So Volunteer BC sometimes submits nominations for categories ourselves because our awards judging committee is made of some outstanding leaders of volunteers from our member organizations. So it gives us that opportunity to also submit nominations as an organization for the volunteers that we engage. And in this category is our Youth Lead by Example category, which Shaminda, you know well. And this is Inc. movement, with a commentary that we can share, and it'll just come up in a second here. And I look forward to what your thoughts on that.
Hi, I'm Ayana, and I'm here on behalf of Inc. Movement, a youth for nonprofit operating out of Mississauga. At Inc. Movement, we work to create opportunities for youth to access and engage with the arts as tools for self-expression and social change. So whether it's through poetry slams, publishing opportunities, conferences, or workshops, what we believe volunteering is leveraging our existing skills and resources to build platforms and opportunities for other youth to find and engage with their own voices and talents. On behalf of my entire team, I'd like to thank Sean from Volunteer MBC for this opportunity, as well as all of our fellow volunteer nominees.
So we are 14 minutes away from the first ever virtual V Oscars. I'm joined by Marina Campos, our Director of Operations, and Shaminda, our Manager of Learning and Resource Development. This is Shana Bassi. You're just hearing my voice and where it's coming from. People are joining in, and it's great. People are joining us on Facebook. They're joining us on YouTube Live. It's an opportunity that we don't know how this is all going to play out, but we knew that we wanted to make sure that it happened, and a lot of people have put in a great deal of time, including our event manager Roxandra, who opted to remain behind the scenes, and so I want to give her a shout out as we get on to the big moment is coming up in just a few minutes here, and welcome to everybody who's tuning in. I think people are on YouTube. I think there's about 38 or so people who are in here, and most of the people we didn't know we were going to have a pre-show. We said, we'll schedule this for 7. We'll see if we can do a pre-show and just promote that a little bit just at the moment if we're ready to go. So we're happy that we're online here, and for folks that are joining, most people will flood in at 7 o'clock, clicking that link we're expecting, and then they're going to say, oh, it's already started, because we're going to be able to start on time. That's my mission here. So what you're seeing here on the bottom of your screen is our ticker to like and follow us on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, and LinkedIn. So these nominee remarks, all the ones that we received, we're going to be sharing that as well. On our channels, we're going to have a lot of in the past, we've had the event. But we want to really make sure that all of our volunteers, they stay connected to us, the nominees, so we can recognize them throughout the year and leading up until, our Peel Cares event, which normally happens in December on International Volunteer Day. So we have less than 4 months until International Volunteer Day, and we are excited about everything that the next few months is going to bring, and helping our community recover at this time. So we are just about ready to get going here, and Marina, what are your feelings of that moment of trepidation, prior to the start of the Oscars? And I know that it's a little different, in an in-person event, but what compared to online? So, how are you feeling about this moment, 12 minutes, 11 minutes away from now?
Excited, very, very excited. I think all of us needed something. We needed positivity, we needed celebration, and what better way, to continue uh, the next few months of this year, because it just felt like we were in January a few months ago, and now we are in September already, and absolutely being hauled in and being told you can't do so many things. This is such a relief. It's such a joy to be out and celebrating. And what really, really excites me is that we're not celebrating so called stage celebrities, like people who know it, have it, do it. These are people who are everyday heroes. They are the ones who are carrying our communities on their shoulders. And absolutely, my hats off to each and everyone who's been nominated. Those who have not been nominated but are still winners, you know that you volunteer in your community. So keep doing what you're doing and let's enjoy the Oscars tonight.
Yeah, well said. And there are all sorts of volunteers and volunteer roles. If you're someone who has volunteered before, maybe not active volunteer now, or you are still seeking that first volunteer opportunity, I think connect with us at volunteerbc.org. We're constantly trying to innovate. We're creating a lot of virtual roles for people to volunteer from home. We're working on finding new ways to help people overcome barriers, looking at how we can make volunteers more accessible to everyone. Because we know it's complex. We live in difficult times and people have a lot of responsibilities. And it can be challenging to find the volunteer role that works for you, but it pays dividends. And I think that's some of the things that we really appreciate. And so I'd like to share another nominee video while we still have a little bit of time. And here's Paula.
I'm fortunate at this point in my life to have the time to volunteer. I've chosen to volunteer at Bethel Hospice. Almost every Tuesday for the last 2 years, I have volunteered in the kitchen and as a grocery shopper. Bethel Hospice is truly a place like no other. The care and compassion that the residents and their family receive from staff and volunteers is truly amazing, goes above and beyond, and is something I am proud to be a part of. While I am truly humbled to be nominated for this award, I can honestly say that I receive far more from Bethel Hospice than I can ever give. Thank you. I'm fortunate at this point in my life to have the time to volunteer. I have chosen to volunteer.
So that was Paula speaking about her nomination from Bethel Hospice. So just we got to show a few of the samples of some of the nominee remarks that were made, and you'll see some others. But the thing is that it just goes to show, there is just what you said, Marina, that there's volunteers in every capacity, and hospices where people are in palliative care and need good quality care at a difficult moment. Both those people who are residents and as well as the families that need support. Those volunteers are making such a tremendous contribution, like the amount of hours that they give, the amount of the affection and smiles that they share. So we're just 8 minutes away from the live virtual of the Oscars, the first one, and we're so grateful to everyone who's tuning in. When we devised the concept, well, can this be done virtually? And there was question marks everywhere. But I think we are looking forward. We are appreciative of everybody's patience and understanding as we try to navigate. Oh, okay, we postponed the event. Now we have to reopen our nomination period, and now we have to go to our member organizations, and our member organizations also facing a lot of challenges. Both in terms of the impacts of COVID and its the financial impact and things like that, but also just they're people who work at organizations and commit a lot, and some of them work many more hours than that their role is supposed to engage them in, and that means that they're giving so much, and it's a challenging time. And we asked organizations, we know it's time, we know it's hard, but this is a time where we really want to honor the volunteers. Please do submit those nominations and recognize those volunteers. And it's a building block. When you do that, we put good into the community, it'll help us recover. So we are 7 minutes away from the Oscars, and we won't keep too much fancy stuff on the air until the very last minute. Just make sure we start sharply. You won't need to go anywhere. You're in the right place. Welcome everybody who's watching. We're excited for our event. We've got some amazing entertainment lined up. I'm not going to repeat some of that, but I think you'll definitely get a chance to see and hear all of that in just a few minutes. We're getting close to time to start. So any final thoughts, Shaminda first, and then Marina before we begin.
Well, my final thoughts are to start off the event, Sean. Once again, congratulations to all the nominees. You've made a remarkable impact in our community, and the fact that you have been nominated says a lot about the impact that the nominating organization felt that you have made. And with that, I hope you enjoy the event, and I'm getting excited to see this event taking place. Marina, over to you.
Oh, thank you, Shaminda. So to every organization that has nominated and celebrates their volunteers, thank you very much to the volunteer coordinators or managers of volunteers. You are doing a fantastic job. You're giving your volunteers this platform, this stage where everybody can learn, can see, and can enjoy and get to know what volunteers are, what they do for our community, how they build us, and how they keep us safe. And to every volunteer, keep on doing what you're doing. Thank you for keeping our community healthy, safe, and a place where we love to call Pila home. And to Volunteer MBC, thank you very much for doing this. To all my colleagues, to all our volunteers, without you, we wouldn't be able to do anything that we do in our community. So, Sean, let's get ready.
Yes, let's get ready. So we are just 4 minutes away from the first ever virtual Oscars. Now the V in the Oscars, people can probably guess what that stands for. But this year, there's this V represents the virtual. It also represents the Roman numeral 5, our first ever V Oscars, first ever virtual V Oscars, but our fifth, version of the Oscars as a gala. And so there's a pedigree here of events. And even prior to that, Volunteer BC used to do a breakfast during National Volunteer Week in April. There's a lot of excitement in the air for what's about to unfold in the next 4 minutes. We have people, we're going to be bringing them in a live feed, and we're going to attempt to make it all work as seamlessly as possible. The main thing here for all of you who are tuning in, please engage with us in the comments. Please follow us on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and LinkedIn. If you're not social media savvy, this is you can also just tell people and you're at home. You can gather people around to watch with you. I know some of the nominees are certainly going to be watching with their friends and in their bubbles, but it's really important that we celebrate together. And we're just 3 minutes away from the first ever virtual V Oscars. So on behalf of Director of Operations Marina Campos, Wave Marina, and Shaminda Pereira, Manager of Learning Resource Development, Volunteer BC. Thanks for joining the pre-show. I'm going to turn on the audio for this for our rebrand video, and then in just a couple of minutes we will turn it over to Jake and getting started with the event. So I'm really excited.
Enjoy, everyone.
Volunteer MBC fuels purposeful connections between people and social purpose organizations so that together we can respond to the most pressing social issues in our community. As the Volunteer Center for Mississauga, Brampton, and Caledon, Volunteer MBC has a two-sided approach. We strengthen organizations to engage volunteers effectively and connect people to causes that need them. We put the human desire and capacity to serve into action. Volunteer MBC is the conduit for good, emphasizing the importance of caring, enabling volunteers to discover the power within themselves. We are a lifeline to opportunity and growth by offering learning programs on service and leadership, removing barriers so that everyone can volunteer, recognizing volunteer excellence, organizing strategic collaboration, and showing all of us how we can make a lasting difference. At some point in our lives or that of our loved ones around us, we will be touched by the caring hands of a volunteer. The reality is that volunteering is at the core of being human. No one can make it through life without someone else's help. Active participation builds healthy, resilient, inclusive, and engaged communities and individuals. Volunteer MBC was born in 2008 in an effort to serve community organizations who were really struggling to recruit sufficient volunteers and retain them. Over the years, we evolved with the community to offer education, workshops, training, group volunteer projects, special events, and more. In 2019, an in-depth strategic session motivated us to redefine our mission, vision, and values, to position Volunteer MBC as that conduit to a caring and healthy community in our rapidly evolving world. Today, all of our programs and services are built on the foundation of fostering healthy communities through collaboration, inclusion, and meaningful engagement, and that is reflected everywhere you can find Volunteer MBC. Investing in volunteerism is a win-win, because just as volunteerism is a means to contribute to society, it also nurtures community connections, strengthens social networks, skill development, and builds increased self-esteem. Volunteer MBC connects the community and unites us all through volunteerism.
Hello everyone and welcome to the Voskers Peel Region's Volunteer Recognition Awards by Volunteer MBC. It's so great to have you here. You know, in a regular year, we would probably with about 500, 600 people in a beautiful banquet hall celebrating our wonderful volunteers in the region of Peel. But because of the health situation, we're not able to do that. This has become our best friend, the new norm. I just hope, and we all hope, that you are all keeping safe. You and your families and your peers are keeping safe and healthy during this crazy global health crisis. We still didn't want the year to go without recognizing our wonderful volunteers. So here we are doing the Voskers virtually. It's so good to be here. My name is Jake Deere, and I am delighted to be your host this evening. Every year at the Voskers, some amazing individuals and groups of volunteers are nominated in 14 award categories, and this edition is absolutely no exception. Congratulating them and thanking you for cheering them on will be the generous award sponsors and presenters, of course. On behalf of Volunteer MBC, we have our board president, Jim Waiter, who will bring his greetings as well as our executive director, the amazing Corinne Strong. We also have Her Excellency, the Right Honourable Julie Payette, our Governor General of Canada. The Premier of Ontario, the Honourable Doug Ford, will be with us as well, along with our mayors of the great municipalities of Brampton, Mississauga, and Caledon. We have Mayor Bonnie Crombie, Mayor Patrick Brown, and Mayor Alan Thompson in the house. Also, I hope you're just as excited as I am to see the artists performing for us all tonight. So there's going to be a lot of award celebrations, a lot of presentations, and a lot of entertainment, all in a virtual way at the Voskers 2020. We have jazz duo Stacy and Ross McIntyre, singer Janaya Hines Brown. We have spoken word artist Harjot Atwal, national anthem vocalist Naomi MacDonald, who will also be performing with the beloved instrumental group Young Legends of Pan. Now, before we begin the actual celebrations, let us honor and pay respects to the ancestors and our elders of this land that we gather on and the proud country we live in.
We would like to begin by acknowledging that the land on which we gather, that we know as Peel, and on which Volunteer MBC operates, is part of the treaty lands and territory of the Mississaugas of the Credit. For thousands of years, Indigenous peoples inhabited and cared for this land. In particular, we acknowledge the territory of the Anishinaabe, Huron-Wendat, Haudenosaunee, and Ojibwe-Chippewa peoples, the land that is home to the Métis, and most recently, the territory of the Mississaugas of the Credit First Nation, who are direct descendants of the Mississaugas of the Credit. We are grateful to have the opportunity to work on this land, and by doing so, give our respect to its first inhabitants.
O Canada, terre des nos aïeux, ton foi essaie des fleurs en galerie. With glowing hearts we see thee rise, the true north, strong and free. From far and wide, O Canada, we stand on guard for thee. Et ta valeur, deux fois trompée, protège nos foi et c'est nos doigts. O Canada, we stand on guard for thee.
Today we honor volunteers for their exceptional contribution to our vibrant community, recognizing the efforts they make throughout the Peel region. In addition, this amazing event supports Volunteer MBC, a registered charity and the proud organizer of tonight's celebration, by raising funds that allow it to increase the volunteer capacity for nonprofit organizations and to positively impact the lives of thousands of residents in Mississauga, Brampton, and Caledon. In support of Volunteer MBC's youth programming, step-up bonus cards have been made available for purchase, with one step-up bonus card holder being randomly selected and announced on Volunteer MBC's website on the event page, as well as its Twitter and Facebook accounts at the end of our awards ceremony to receive, are you ready for this? A new 55-inch smart TV. It's not just a TV, it's a smart TV, and it's 55 inches. That's exceptional. As our event partner, Scotiabank will match the fundraising efforts up to $3,000. All donations will go to support Volunteer MBC's programs and services. So please do give generously in any capacity that you are able to. Here to thank you all for joining Peel Region's top volunteer recognition event, and your continued support along the years is my dear friend, the Executive Director of Volunteer MBC. Please welcome Kareen Strong.
Thank you so much, Jake, for being our wonderful MC again this evening, for being such a good friend of Volunteer MBC throughout the years, and for doing everything that you do for the community. Good evening, everyone, and thank you so much for joining us tonight at the Voskers, the annual Volunteer Recognition Award event, which has now reached the decade milestone. Volunteer MBC is Peel Region's volunteer center celebrating 12 years of fueling purposeful connections between people to address the most pressing social issues in our community. I wanted to congratulate all the nominees. Thank you for everything that you do to make your community a more caring, healthier, and safer place to live. At some point in our lives, or that of our loved ones around us, we will be touched by the caring hands of a volunteer. The reality is that volunteering is at the core of being human. No one can make it through life without someone else's help. My dad, my volunteer hero, always said, "Time is such a precious commodity. Use it wisely." And he always encouraged me to take good care of people, because we only get to do this once. We absolutely have full control over our time, and we all chose to make volunteering a priority in our lives, and we are better people for it. I have beaten breast cancer twice, and volunteering, that immense feeling I get when helping others, has been that one constant in my life that has gotten me through those really challenging times. I still look at my dad's watch every single morning to remind me of how precious our time here is and how important it is to give back. Thank you for giving your precious time. Please help us to make volunteering contagious and spread that kindness across our community. This year, thanks to our generous supporters, we have turned the Voskers into a very special virtual award celebration and ceremony to make sure that we can still recognize the incredible volunteers who gave so much of their time to make a difference in the Peel community last year. On behalf of Volunteer MBC and staff, board directors, volunteers, our guest artists, and of course the event sponsors, a huge thank you for spending the evening with us. Relax, enjoy, sit back, and please stay in touch.
Well, thank you very much, Kareen. And now it is time to recognize the outstanding volunteers in our award presentation. Earlier this year, Volunteer MBC invited its 200 member organizations to nominate an outstanding person in each of the volunteer award categories. To do this, the organization had to answer questions about the volunteers' passion, their leadership, contribution, impact, and much more. Once the nomination period closed, their responses were given for judging to a committee comprised of great leaders from this sector who volunteered their time to evaluate every nomination. A big thank you to this year's judging committee. The Helping Hands Award series recognizes the unsung heroes who give a lot of their time, their passion, and their dedication to this community. There are many volunteers deserving of this recognition from all municipalities in Peel, so we give one award for each. Here to present the Helping Hands Awards are Rohit Mehta for Brampton, Ian Kittle for Caledon, and David Graves for Mississauga.
Thank you, Jake. My company, Do Good Fundraising Solutions, is proud to be a returning sponsor and presenter of the Helping Hands Award for Brampton. The vibrancy of our city's ever-growing community is significantly impacted by the daily volunteer work of amazing individuals, too many to name here. This year's nominees for this category are and the V Oscar goes to Dick Winter. Congratulations.
Retired, I thought I've got to put something back in the community. We've enjoyed a good life in Brampton and Bramley. Our kids grew up, and I thought now is time to put something back into it. So my wife and I joined the hospital as volunteers in Peel Memorial. She went on to do 32 years there. Later on, I found out Habitat for Canada was moving into Brampton. And that sounded like a good fit to me, because my philosophy is, don't give somebody a fish, give them a fishing rod, teach them to fish, give them a hand up, and I think Habitat was a good fit for that. So I started in their builds. I worked for quite a few years building. Then I thought I'm getting a little old for walking around scaffolding, so I moved to the restore, and that was a lot of fun. But then I got an invite to come to the National Warehouse to sort of do quality control, which I love because it's tinkering, fixing things and checking them. But the idea was to get something to go out that works. Don't ship it halfway across Canada and find it doesn't work. And I was told last year we had enough money raised in our little group to build a home. And that to me was worthwhile. It's giving somebody a hand up. And everybody should do a little volunteering. When you're finished, you'll walk a little taller.
I'm honoured to present the Helping Hands Award for Caledon on behalf of the sponsor, the Rotary Club of Palgrave. This goes to our local community's most dedicated individuals who have given it many, many hours of volunteer work, sharing their invaluable expertise, skill set and knowledge. Here are Caledon's nominees for the Helping Hands Award. And the V Oscar goes to Sherilyn Roman. Congratulations.
Thank you for this honor. It was a surprise and it's very much appreciated. I'd like to thank and acknowledge the Caledon Parent-Child Center for the nomination. It was really kind of you to put my name forward for this award. Congratulations as well to all my fellow nominees. It's an honor to be included amongst a group of people doing such great work in our community. And while I'm at it, thanks to the team at Volunteer MBC for coordinating this special night. I volunteer because I think it's important that if we all give back in some small way, while we may not be able to change the world, we might have an impact locally, and maybe the people that we serve might go on to have an impact on the world in a bigger way. Together, I think every individual really can make a difference. So I hope by volunteering with several organizations in our community that I'm setting an example for my children, showing them that we all have a responsibility to take action where and however we can. Thank you again to the Caledon Parent-Child Center for the nomination. I'm very grateful, and I hope everyone enjoys this special evening.
The Rotary Club of Mississauga is proud to sponsor the Helping Hands Award again this year, a mere token of appreciation for our local volunteers who've demonstrated commitment and passion for helping others in times of need. It is people like these that the world craves for. They are the ones who help restore faith in humanity every single day through long hours of tireless care and support for strangers that become like family to them. They truly are part of the essence that binds communities together. The nominees are the Oscar goes to Samantha Cottrell. Congratulations.
Hi, I'm Samantha Cottrell, and I want to thank Spectra Helpline for nominating me for this award. Volunteering with Spectra has been such a great experience, especially because my supervisor Kathy and the other volunteers that I've had the pleasure of working with have been so supportive and kind. Being a responder on a helpline has helped me grow. It's helped me become better able to support my friends and family, and it's made me learn a lot about the different struggles that individuals face. While it's sometimes hard to hear people's stories, I know I'm making a difference by giving them the opportunity to talk to someone and get some support. Volunteering is often the highlight of my week, and it's a lucky coincidence that the thing that brings me joy is something that's also making a difference in the lives of others.
Good evening, I'm Patrick Brown, Mayor of the City of Brampton. I'm so pleased to be bringing you this greeting message at tonight's Volunteer MBC Virtual V Oscars. With all that has been going on in the world of COVID, I'm so incredibly proud of our community and how people have been handling the pandemic. By staying at home and staying safe, this is an incredible collaborative effort. During the pandemic, there were many people and organizations who stepped up to help those in need. These were regular people who volunteered to make a difference. They sacrificed their time for the good of the community. Volunteers like yourself who stepped up to help when it was needed, who gave their time and effort. Society wouldn't be able to function fully without the work of selfless volunteers who rise to the occasion, especially during moments of adversity like we've seen. I want to thank and congratulate the volunteer nominees for their work in the community. I'd also like to let the community know that if you're looking for someone to lend a helping hand, please reach out to Corrine or anyone at Volunteer MBC. I know they're always looking for new volunteers, and it's an incredible organization to be involved with. I wish to congratulate the dedication of Corrine Strong, who has led Volunteer NBC and helped connect volunteers to projects and work done in the community. You have been a pillar in the community. I just want to say on behalf of the City of Brampton, thank you.
As long as I'm here, no one can hurt
Wow, what a beautiful voice, a rising star in our nation. Thank you very much, Janaya. Thank you for being a part of today's celebrations. You are so special. Presenting the next 4 awards are Jane Skonyamilo, Sandeep Ojla, and Volunteer MBC's very own Jim Waiter and Shaminda Pereira.
As immigrants ourselves to Canada over 15 years ago, the Skonyamilo family recognises the importance and the value of volunteering in your new community. Therefore, we're delighted to present the Newcomer Gem Award to an individual who moved to Canada less than 3 years ago, who promotes volunteerism and has set a positive example of how newcomers can use their volunteering contributions to help define the path of their life in their new community. Here are the nominees for the Newcomer Gem Award. All the nominees for your vital service to others. But the winner of the Newcomer Gem Award VOSCA is Trinity Nadumane. Congratulations, Trinity.
Volunteer MBC for nominating me for this award. I'm honored to be nominated and to be among my fellow nominees. Volunteering for me is an opportunity to contribute my time, energy and skills for those to whom it makes a positive difference in a meaningful way. It's a pleasure to have been contributing at Volunteer MBC since 2018. This couldn't have been possible without the support and encouragement of my friends at Volunteer MBC. And today, you've all made me feel even more special. Wish you many more years of connecting people and making friends for life. And once again, thank you all.
I'm so happy to present and support the Leader of Tomorrow Award. This award recognizes young people with incredible potential. They lead by example by making significant contributions to their teams and to their communities. Not only that, they also help mentor other peers, and they do so through their support and advocacy of the volunteer sector. It is my pleasure to present to you the nominees for the Leader of Tomorrow Award. And the Oscar goes to Yasmin Dini. Congratulations, Yasmin.
Hi, my name is Yasmin Dini, and for the past 4 years, I've had the awesome privilege of volunteering with Peel Gems, also known as Peel Girls Empowerment Movement, serving young women, girls, and gender non-conforming folks on a variety of issues. And I've had the extreme pleasure of planning and implementing a lot of events around gaps that we recognize in our community. And I have to say that I'm extremely, extremely honored to be nominated alongside all these wonderful individuals who are doing great work here in the Peel region, serving in many capacities a lot of the other vulnerable populations that we have here. And I do also want to give a thanks to Peel Gems for nominating me. I think the work that we do as a community is really worthwhile, and for me, it's most meaningful to see what kind of difference I can make day in and day out. So thank you.
One of the most uplifting experiences in life, both at the individual and collective level, is family volunteering. When one or more persons in a household or extended family, sometimes from different generations, choose to volunteer together. As a lifetime volunteer myself, very passionate and thankful about involving family in helping to improve the lives of others, the Family Voluntary Award is very close to my heart, as it inspires that unified sense of purpose that brings our community and environment together. Nominated for the Family Voluntary Award, here are the most remarkable family members gathered in the spirit of caring to volunteer with a community service organization in Peel. And the winners are the Allaby family. Congratulations.
Hi, we are the Allaby's family.
Hi. We want to thank the Volunteer Embassy organization for giving us this unique award today. My dad always tells me and my brother that we should always use our skill and assets to be able to serve the community in different ways, in whatever ways we can. Please, let's keep the wheels of volunteering rolling.
And let's keep making Canada great. Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye.
Volunteer MBC offers a special learning series called Youth Lead,
which stands for Youth Leadership Education and Development. It has been designed to help youth groups develop their best skills and leadership in practice and apply them to real community needs. The following youth groups in Peel have made a tremendous impact on their community with their innovation, energy, and leadership.
The nominees for the Youth Lead by Example Award are
And the V Oscars goes to
Calden Hawks.
Congratulations, you rock.
Hey, Voskers! Just letting you know that the Young Legends of Pan is on Instagram and Twitter. For any inquiries, feel free to email us as well.
Thanks for watching!
My name is Benjamin Daniel.
Naomi!
And we are the Young
Legends of Pan!
Wow, was that not fabulous? Thank you very much, Young Legends of Pan. You know, it's great to see siblings working together and loving it. Awesome work. Another great award given to each municipality is the Employee Volunteer Engagement Award series, dedicated to the companies that encourage their staff to get involved in community-focused volunteer initiatives. Presenting the Caledon Award in this category is none other than the town's mayor. And I got to tell you that this is an amazing mayor. He really cares about Volunteer MBC and really engages with the organization and provides great support to the volunteers. And I really want to make a special mention of this great, wonderful leader, and that is the mayor of Caledon, His Worship Mayor Alan Thompson, followed by Brent Voisy of Oasis, presenting the same award for Mississauga, and then respectively our former board president Arno Illick. He'll be presenting for Brampton.
Thank you very much, Jake Deere. And Jake, thank you for so much you do for us. It's always a pleasure to be back here celebrating the most prominent figures in the voluntary sector and the region of Peel in general, but of course Caledon in particular. Life has been very challenging. A lot of times we think our volunteers are so far away from us, but those true heroes have been so close to us. And 2020 COVID crisis is really showing that. They often go unnoticed, they work very extremely hard, they're there to make a big benefit to their community and not expect anything in return. Many of them work alone, and others work in teams. The recipient for the Employee Volunteer Engagement Award for Caledon, I'm proudly sponsoring tonight, is a team of corporate employees who actively love their community and also being nominated by the Services of Housing in the province, which we know as SHIP, Peace Ranch. So let's get the envelope open and let's see who the winner is. The Employee Volunteer Engagement Award, Caledon, goes to Rico, Canada. Welcome, congratulations everybody.
It is an honor to sponsor and present this prestigious award to a community-conscious business that makes Mississauga proud. Nominated by Seva Food Bank, this group of employees has been involved in exemplary volunteer initiatives that have directly impacted one or more community service organizations. Without further ado, here's the nominee and recipient of the Employee Volunteer Engagement Award for Mississauga. And the 2019 Employee Volunteer Engagement Award, Mississauga, goes to the Gap Store. Congratulations.
Good evening. Nominated by Volunteer MBC for the Employee Volunteer Engagement Award in Brampton is a well-deserving group of employees from a business well known not just for essential services they provide at high standards, but also for supporting their staff involvement in significant volunteer activities and events in our city. With proven model voluntary involvement, commitment to corporate social responsibility, the recipient of our Employee Volunteer Engagement Award for Brampton is... Go ahead, no. Scotiabank, Bramalea City Centre. Congratulations.
Mayor Bonnie Crombie here, sending my best wishes to everyone at Volunteer MBC as you celebrate the V Oscars. Congratulations to all the volunteers who are nominated tonight for your outstanding work in the community. Volunteer MBC has been the go-to organization for anyone looking to lend a helping hand during these challenging times. The compassion, generosity, and dedication Mississauga volunteers have shown over the course of this pandemic is truly remarkable. From delivering groceries to donating time on the front lines or participating in your Mask Marvels program. Your efforts have not gone unnoticed, and you've made a big impact in our community. Your services will continue to be vital as people begin to heal and recover from this pandemic. If you're interested in volunteering, please visit volunteermbc.org to be connected to roles that best suit you. Once again, I'd like to send my deepest gratitude and thanks to all the volunteers in our community. Good luck on the awards tonight, and in the meantime, stay healthy and stay safe.
Tonight you're mine completely. You give your love so sweetly. Tonight the light of love is in your eyes. But will you love me tomorrow? Is this a lasting treasure, or just a moment's pleasure? Can I believe the magic in your sighs? Will you still love me tomorrow? Tonight with words unspoken, you say that I'm the only one. But will my heart be broken when the night meets the morning sun? I'd like to know that your love is a love I can be sure of. So tell me now, and I won't ask again. Will you still love me tomorrow?
The ever lovable jazz duo Stacy and Ross McIntyre. Wow, that was very, very special. Folks, a little known secret, Stacy has her own baking company called Stacy Cakes, and I'm telling you, they are exceptional. If we were at a gala, if we were at an event and a banquet hall, she'd be baking our Oscar cookies. But we're not there, but hopefully next year, God willing, we'll be able to do that. But thank you again to Stacy and to Ross McIntyre. You guys are truly exceptional for being a part of today's celebrations. And yes, we will still love you tomorrow. We always will. This final round of prestigious awards by Volunteer MBC is presented by Perveen Duper, Jeff Welsh, Craig Ross, and Corrine Strong on behalf of another wonderful leader, a philanthropist, and just a tremendous person, Lois Rice.
Good evening. My name is Perveen Duper, and my friend over here, Goldie, CP30 was busy shooting the next Star Wars movie, so Goldie is joining me today. We're both here from BTI Brand Innovations. Beside every great volunteer is an amazing volunteer manager or coordinator who demonstrates excellence and innovation and leadership. Such a role develops and supports relevant volunteer opportunities that directly reflect and impact the mission of the organization. A key aspect of Volunteer MBC's work is supporting volunteer leaders in their work by providing them the tools, training, and recognition they need to grow, whether as volunteers themselves or as staff members at community service organizations. This is the one reason why Goldie and I, including the BTI Brand Innovations team, deeply appreciate Volunteer MBC and is proud to be a returning sponsor of the Leader in Volunteer Engagement Award. Here are the nominees. Goldie, are you ready to open the envelope here? I guess your arms are a little busy. You can't get them up. I'll take care of it for you. Let's see. All right. And a 2019 Leader and Volunteer Engagement Award goes to Daryl Morrison. Congratulations, Daryl.
Why I've been in volunteering. I had the amazing opportunity to join Habitat for Humanity approximately 17 years ago. From day one, there was volunteers already within this organization. They are still with me today, helping out, help us help others. Truly amazing. There's so many different type of volunteers, school related, court appointed, a true volunteer giving up their time, but they all are needed within our organization. We would not be where we are today without any volunteers. So for all those volunteers watching this, thank you very, very much for your time, again, for us helping others. Thank you.
This evening we honor the memory of John Huther, whose 2007 report, Reviewing Volunteerism, laid the groundwork for the creation of tonight's host organization, Volunteer MBC. The John Huther Award for Volunteering Excellence is presented to an individual who has demonstrated exemplary commitment to the volunteer sector through the sharing of their expertise, skill set, and knowledge. This person shows exceptional leadership with one or more organizations and is a big contributor to their team and their community. Here are the nominees for the John Huther Award for Volunteering Excellence. Oscar goes to Pat Kolb. Congratulations.
First of all, I would like to thank Caledon Meals on Wheels for nominating me for this prestigious award. I'd also like to congratulate all the other people who have been nominated and wish them good luck. I think the reason why I volunteer is because I like to give to other people rather than taking. And volunteering is a great way of doing this. This is why I have been volunteering for Meals on Wheels for the past 35 years. Stay safe, stay healthy, social distance, wear your mask, and wash your hands.
I'm very excited to present this next award on behalf of the Pallet Valo sponsor team. As shown in its very name, the Bonnie Yeager Award for Community Engagement Leadership honors the founding and past president of Volunteer MBC's Board of Directors, the phenomenal Miss Bonnie Yeager. It is presented to a long-term volunteer mentor and leader who has contributed greatly to the success of one or more community organizations in Peel as a voted board chair or president. Seen by their peers and the entire community as shining examples of how just one person can make a profound difference in the building of community service organizations, here are the nominees for the Bonnie Yeager Award for Community Engagement Leadership. And the V Oscar goes to Lynn Baker. Congratulations.
Hi everyone, I just want to take a moment to sincerely thank the Caledon Parent-Child Center for nominating me for this wonderful award. I'm humbled, I'm honored, and I'm truly grateful for being recognized. I also want to take a moment to acknowledge all of the amazing volunteers that were nominated in this category and for all of the awards tonight. I am truly honored to be part of such a wonderful group of individuals that give back to the community every single day. Volunteers make our community stronger, and I just want to say thank you. And a special thanks to the Volunteer MBC for organizing such a wonderful event year after year. Thank you.
The next award has been renamed to the Lois Rice Lifetime Volunteer Achievement Award to honor her lifelong commitment to giving back. It is presented this evening to an individual who has demonstrated an exemplary long-term commitment to the voluntary sector through sharing their expertise, their skill set, and knowledge. Every nominated person in this category has accumulated decades of volunteer experience with one or more community service organization and is a true role model for other volunteers in their organizations or community. Here are the nominees for the Lifetime Lois Rice Volunteer Achievement Award. The winner is Chandra Mohini Sareen. Congratulations.
My sincere thanks to Indus Community Services for nominating me for this prestigious award. I have had 20 years of the humbling privilege to serve my fellow beings. 20 years ago, volunteering gave me a purpose in life to get up in the morning and go and serve my fellow beings. And it has been a great experience. And now, as I'm getting along in years, I have retired, and I'm very, very grateful to God for giving me this opportunity. Thank you.
Volunteer MBC, it be something you should cheer, see. It's about recognizing outstanding contributions, the type of demanding work that requires attribution. It's about giving the less fortunate peace of mind at times. It's about giving them a mouthpiece sometimes that they can find, so that they feel they can speak up, not feel weak, turn the other cheek, and advocate for themselves, like metaphorically picking up dusty books off of shelves, rhetorically brushing them off, and revealing the endearing writing underneath. It's hard work that can deflate and frustrate a volunteer's ego, but have no fear. Ladies, gents, and dears, it can also elate you while you fulfill your selfless mandate, while you create memories for another that stretches the possible. The joy that comes from helping others, dear sisters and brothers, it is simply irreplaceable. Join me in celebrating and recognizing our outstanding volunteers as they keep blazing on along the good path. Let's hear it for them.
Congratulations to the award nominees and winners. Thank you all for joining the 2020 Voskers Peel Region's annual volunteer recognition event held by Volunteer MBC. We hope this has brought you as much joy as it did to us, as a great reminder of all the goodness we can share in ways big and small. This event could not have been possible without the sponsors and the passionate team of volunteers in the creative department, the judging and events committee, and certainly this couldn't have happened without you. Be well, stay safe, and keep up all that amazing, inspiring work. Thank you.
Well, as they say, that's a wrap. This concludes Peel Region's Voskers 2020 Virtual Award Ceremony by Volunteer MBC. Thank you so much for being a part of today's celebrations and for all your support. Step Up bonus card holders, right after this, remember to visit the event page on Volunteer MBC's website or its Facebook and Twitter pages to find out who has won the incredible 55-inch, not just TV, but a 55-inch smart TV. Hosts are excluded. Good luck with everything. Have a wonderful evening and hope to see you again at the next Voskers and throughout the community. Folks, be safe, be healthy, take care of yourselves and those around you. And thank you for your support of Volunteer MBC, its programs and its services, our businesses, and all our volunteers. God bless each and every one of you.